Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. If you need a website, go to squarespace.com/Heaton.
Some say that this is the worst month of May since records began in terms of weather. And I don't think they're wrong. Okay, that might be a slight exaggeration, but the weather and the temperatures of this month, May, have been awful. Like, we're talking sort of October-November territory. It's been rain after rain, low pressure system after low pressure system driving through the UK. And what we have now is a very, very small window of opportunity. So that window of opportunity is a break between weather systems moving in. If you watched my last video in the Lake District when I was out with my film camera, that was probably filmed about 4 weeks ago. Since then, it has been awful. Low pressure system after low pressure system, wind, rain, cold temperatures. I don't think the temperatures have got above 12 degrees Celsius this month, certainly that I'm aware of. Right now it's about 9 degrees, seems to usually be around 6 degrees. But we do have a kind of an in-between section, a 12-hour window between one low pressure system moving away and the next one moving in. So we have this gap of relatively calm conditions. So yeah, that's what I'm going to try and take advantage of this evening. Try and do a lovely bit of photography here on the Northumberland coast. But first, I'm early, I'm hungry, so I'm going to have something to eat and yeah, relax for a bit. So I went for an Indian last night and got lamb Rogan Josh. And you know what it's like when you have an Indian, it's just, oh yeah. I got the meat sweats basically. So I've opted for a veggie burger, just you know, just until all the meat is out of my system. Like, I know this is a photography channel, but hang on. Oh yeah. But I have to say, just like for me, it's the whole experience, you know, coming out, taking your time, maybe bring some food, maybe cook some food, go for a walk. And then that gets you really in the mood for photography, you know. Not really thought this through. Okay. So a couple of things that have recently happened to me which bear no relevance to this video whatsoever, but I don't know, I just like to use this to whinge. I had to put the shipping up on my book. Hang on. So let me use this opportunity to plug my book very quickly. It's called Landscape Photography on Location. Lots of images, each image has an accompanying story, and then when you go to the back of the book you'll find most of the images have QR codes. You scan the QR code and that takes you to the video where the image was shot. So you know, you read the story about the behind the scenes of what went on taking the image, and then if you really want to look further and look closer at how it all happened, you can watch the video. The shipping company that I use to send my books, DHL, they put the prices up. So I went into my website to put my prices up by about £1 or so, not much, and I accidentally put the US shipping price up by £100. So any American customers that went to buy my book and were shocked at the shipping price of £117, I can only apologise. I fixed it. Another thing, my phone. I broke my phone, smashed it to pieces. I mean, to be fair, it was an old phone, so not terrible. I bought a new phone, and now I can't log into Instagram. So I've got an Instagram account with 230,000 followers, and I am locked out. I can't access that account for love nor money. So if you follow me on Instagram, and you think I've gone quiet, well, I have, because I can't get in. Basically, there's two-factor authentication, so your username, password, and then you have to two-factor. So there's an app called Authenticator app, and it generates a number. You type in your number, and boom, you're into your Instagram account. But the problem is, you need to be logged into your Instagram account to activate Instagram on the authentication app, right? But I can't log into my Instagram account because I haven't got my authentication app set up. Can't set up my authentication app because I'm not logged into Instagram. Properly catch-22. It's a nightmare. So I've emailed them. I'll probably hear back by about Christmas, I expect. I hear they're not very good with their customer service. So if I'm not on Instagram for a few months, that's why. But if you want to help support the channel, go ahead and buy my book. I promise I won't charge 117 quid for shipping. Today I'll be shooting with the Fujifilm GFX 50R medium format digital camera with a 100-200 lens. I also have the 32-64 lens. These are the two lenses I have for this camera system, and so far I haven't needed anything else, but I haven't shot that wide of a variety of landscapes because it's a fairly new system for me. Today we're going to be going down to a beach, a very rocky beach, a very rugged beach. There's going to be nothing in the way of epic light or epic conditions. So it's all going to be about detail, texture, composition, and possibly abstract kind of photography. So should be quite a relaxing outing, you know. I'm not going to be chasing any light. There isn't going to be any light. Just a calm stroll along a very rocky shoreline. So I'm kind of looking forward to it, but my expectations, you know, they're pretty low, and that isn't a bad thing. You know, I think that's a good way to go into photography, with an open mind. Anyway, my battery for the GFX is on charge, and I think it's about fully charged now, so I'll whack that in, get my wellies on, and yeah, hit the beach, and we'll have a good couple of hours. Oh, well, it is a beautiful evening, absolutely glorious. The wind has dropped right off. Yesterday there were severe storms blowing through this coastline. It was horrendous, but now nice and calm, good distribution of cloud, and like I say, a very rugged, rocky coastline. So it's all going to be about the details. There's a massive swell, there's a few surfers out, so I have to watch myself. The tide is coming in, so that's something I need to be mindful of. Yeah, I don't know, at this point I have no idea what I'm gonna shoot, but happy to be out. So I'm just making my way along this rocky coastline. It's very much like foraging, like I'm foraging for images. You've got to look at everything, every rock pool, every area where sand meets stone, between every nook and cranny, because that's where the images lie. Nothing here where I am, nothing is obvious. So you've really got to just get lost, you know? Let your mind wander, let your eyes wander, and anything that catches your eye, whether it's a bright flash from a rock pool or an interesting stone sitting in the sand, go and investigate. Yeah, it's cool. It's very therapeutic, one might say. Yeah, no, it's nice. Foraging, that's exactly what I'm doing. So I wouldn't call this sexy photography. It's far from sexy, but I think it's quite interesting. So I've been walking along this coastline for quite some time now. Nothing's really caught my eye. There's been lots of potential, but nothing enough to make me get my camera out until I was walking on these rocks and I noticed what looked like an oil slick, like black, dirty water, but jet black water running between these rocks, like a channel of it. And I thought, that's interesting. What is that? At first, you know, I thought it was pollution or something, but it's not. It's coming from under the ground. So whatever it is, it's natural. It's I've no idea what it is, to be honest, but it just stands out as being so different to anything else I've seen. So I basically have this long sort of micro canyon of black oil running through the rocks and down to the beach. And I was like, it's fascinating. So that's what I'm trying to photograph. The first shot I'm taking, I'm kind of playing around with different compositions, but essentially It's this kind of, this almost looks like a lightning bolt in the rocks where the water's running through. And that's the first shot I'm toying with, but I expect I'm going to try a few different shots, you know, along this stretch of like 20 or 30 meters as this black slick goes out to the sand and into the sea. But this is the first shot. I'll pop it on screen, not too sure, but I'm going to move down and get another photograph. But yeah, this is a very cool subject. Not sexy. Not sexy.
Not sexy indeed, nor is it that good of an image because there was no light and the composition for me is a bit off and a bit messy. But the fact that it's not a good image is actually quite an important point, which I explain towards the end of the video. But for me, unfortunately, this one is a no.
So that first shot that I just took, kind of not too sure about that section of it, but as I get more and more into this, I'm a bit more confident. So with this image, I feel like it's much stronger. So I'm just experimenting. Rather than looking with my eye, I'm very much looking through the viewfinder of the camera. And you'd be amazed, especially when looking for textures and abstract compositions, you'd be amazed at how different the world looks through the camera. So just by simply turning and twisting your camera and looking at everything through the lens rather than through your own eye, yeah, you get a much better sense of balance, and that's what we have here.
I don't know, I mean, I feel that this composition's better than the one that we've just seen, but it is missing that vital ingredient, which is light. You could see when I was recording the video it was getting a bit dark, but without that light we lose texture and depth, and the image to me looks very flat. But, as I said before, there is an important lesson to be learned here, which I am about to explain in person.
So that's where I just was down there. Fantastic, fantastic beach. I think what's important here is that I came out just to get out, if I'm being honest. You know, small gap in the window, the weather is awful tomorrow and the foreseeable, you know, next few days. So I just wanted to get out. I just wanted an excuse to go for a walk, go for a drive, have a burger in the van, you know. So I never come out with the goal of, like, you know, these perfect images. I had no idea what I was going to find. I honestly thought I was going to find a rock pool with maybe a starfish in it or something, or maybe some textures in the sand and the rocks, but no, it's interesting to find that slick black water. I've no idea if any of the images are really any good at all, you know, there wasn't any light. I don't know, maybe they're alright, but what's important is I forgot about everything, like everything, you know, bloody Instagram. And all the other stresses going on in the world I forgot about while staring at the ground, trying to figure out how to align this oil slick between the rocks. I think that is not to be underestimated. It's fantastic just to get out and look for things, anything like that. So, there we go. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching. Book is available, link in description below. There is also a playlist with all of my on-location stuff, also linked below, so if you're new to the channel, you can watch everything I've done in the past 5 years. It's brilliant, some of it. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, it's a massive help. And yes, thank you to the sponsor of the video. The sponsor is Squarespace. Thank you. So, if you need a website with a photographer, and you don't have a website but you need one, I'm going to recommend Squarespace because it's so easy. You log on, you can register your own domain, like, you know, I don't know, kellygreenleafphotography.com, and you can drag and drop and build your own beautiful looking website that all just works. It just works, and it's easy, and anyone can do it. So get a good looking website at squarespace.com and have a free trial by using the offer code HEATON. No. Go to squarespace.com. God, I've been doing this. Honestly, you'll know if you've been a long time viewer of this channel. I've been doing these Squarespace sponsorships now for about 4 years. 3.5, 4 years. Still can't get it right? Go to squarespace.com/Heaton and give it a free try. And if you like that free trial, use the offer code Heaton for 10% off your first purchase. Right, it's getting dark now and I've got a long walk back, so until next week, bye for now.